Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, as I told you that data structure covers all the algorithm or all the designing patterns or all the storing pattern information at the time when we are storing that data into our memory part. So it is something related that how we are going to store our data into the memory, because before saving it to the memory we are going to alter the data, or we are going to modify the data by our algorithm, and at the last we are going to store it into our memory. So data structure deals with the all the processes required or all the patterns available by which or by using which we can store data in different manner in the memories, right? So data is, before going to understand the data structure, you first need to know that how data is stored in the memory, right? So can anybody tell me what is data? So data, if somebody say that data is anything that will be that anything any information about any object, that will be the correct definition of data, right? And obviously if you are going to model some real world case, definitely you are going to use your computer system, and definitely in the computer system all the data you cover or all the data you process will be stored in the memory only. And we have many types of memory available with our computer system, like we have cache memory, we have RAM, primary memory, physical memory, we can say. And lastly, we have secondary memory, which is our hard disk. So, at the time of writing any information to our memory, we need to define the structure of the data by using which a data could be stored in the memory. So we need to define first the structure of that particular data. Let's say, for example, if I want to save our incoming data in the serial manner, sequential manner, then we will have some defined primitive data structures in that case. And in the other way, if we want our data to be stored in non-linear way or non-sequential way, or we can say distributed way, that means there will be some defined non-linear type of data structures. So it will come after the introduction part, that how many types of data structures we have in computers. But you need to understand right now only that why we are studying this. We are studying this only because data structures are required only when we are going to record, or we are going to save our data into our memory. So it totally depends on the memory you have with you, that how you can store your data in the memory. If your memory allows you to save it or store it in sequential manner, you can use sequential or linear data structures like array, queue and all, right? But uh, if your memory don't support sequential allocation of spaces, definitely linear type of data structure will not help you guys, right? Only non-linear type of data structure will help you guys. So now come to the introduction part. What is data structure? So by definition, it is a representation of logical relationship among data elements. In the first line, you can understand it, that what is the logical relationship between the data. According to those only you are going to structure that data structure, right? You are going to structure that data into the memory. Or in other word, data structure is a way of organizing all data items that consider not only the element store but their relationship to each other, right guys? So we need to emphasize on those 2 points, that we need to store it into the memory for one reason is there, and we are also going to verify the relationship among these multiple data we have to be stored in the memory, right? For example, if you have almirah or book shelf, right? You have a large book shelf, and initially you have empty cells in the book shelf, right? And you have some, let's say you purchase 10 books currently and you are going to put it into a shelf. If you are putting those books in sequential manner, in first in one cell, second in second cell, third in third cell, right, like that, that is called linear allocation of memory or linear allocation of cell. In that cases you will require linear allocation algorithm, right? Or linear data structure. That means you are structuring your data, which is your books, in linear fashion, right? But in after some times your book shelf has filled enough, and every cell has occupied some or one or two or some or other books, right? And you have some new 30 books with you, and you are going to allocate them to the different cells. That means you are not having continuous space vacant available in the book shelves. Then only you have one choice, that you have to put some books on one cell, you have to put some books on third cell, you have to put some books on fourth cell, you have to put some books all on nth cell, like that only. That means at that time you are bound to use non-linear data structure. That means you are non-linearly distributing your data into the self, or you can say in the memory, right guys? So in that cases you need non-linear data structures, right? So this is the case where the linear type of data structures are applicable and where the non-linear type of data structures are applicable. So as you know that data structures are the logical relationship among those data elements, and how we are going to store them into the memory, this all comes under the data structure part, right? Now come to the introduction part. See, in the first line you can see data structure affects the design of both structural and functional aspect of program. See, now you can check in the second line that there is some relationship between program and algorithm plus data structure. Your program covers two things. First, the data structure you are going to use. Second, the algorithm behind that particular data structure, right? So combining collective name of those two are referred as program. So in the programming world, you need to first your you need to if you are going to program anything, definitely you are going to use some data. And for storing those data into memory, or for efficient retrieval or for efficient use of that particular data, you need some efficient structures, you need some structures or patterns by which you are going to store it into the memory. That is our data structure part. Next is our algorithm part. Apart from data, you are going to use some algorithm also. That by algorithm is nothing, these are the collection of steps your program is going to follow during storage of those data into the memory. That means what are the steps involved in the case of storing those data into the that particular data structure, like that. This all combinedly we called as program. That means our program consists of these two things, and we will learn these two things in this particular subject, right? Do you know that the algorithm is a step by step procedure? This is already defined, that algorithm is nothing, it is a stepwise serial order, we can say orderly stepwise collection of instructions which are used to which are used at the time of storing our incoming data into the structure we have defined by our program, right guys? So in the introduction part, it is I think sufficient for you guys that in the program we are covering algorithm and data structure, and we need to understand what is algorithm, what is data structure. And I think for this class it is sufficient enough that what is algorithm and what is data structure. Because if you understood this relation, definitely you are going to understand everything coming in forthcoming lectures, right guys? See, what is written over there, that means algorithm is a set of instructions written to carry out certain tasks, and data structure is the way of organizing the data and to their logical relationship retained, right? We need what it means, it means algorithm we already defined that it will be a set of instructions for doing some task, right? Serial in serial order of set of instructions, right? But data structure is the way we are going to organize our data, or in the way that the relationship or logical relationship among those data will not be disturbed at the time of storing. Like guys, this is important point. We need to store our data in the way only that it will not break the logical relationship among those data we are going to store, right guys? Now next is to develop a program of an algorithm. We should select an appropriate data structure for the algorithm, right? It is by default that if you are going to use implement some algorithm, definitely you are going to use your data, and for storing or collecting data or retrieving information from the data, you need to store it into the some type of data structure. Either it will be linear type, or either it will be non-linear type, so that you will efficiently, what it means by efficiently, that we will take it will take less time to retrieve data from the database we are using or data structure we are using, right? Therefore algorithm and its associated data structure from a form a program. Okay, now come to the classification of data structure. Now I already told you that there will be linear type or non-linear type of data structure, but basically when we are generalizing our data structure type into different categories, we will have two major categories, broad categories, which are primitive data structures and non-primitive data structures. Primitive data structures are the data structures which our computer system provides us, or our compiler provides us by default. We need not to make it by our own. That means primitive data structure. They are the basic element, smallest element of any program. Like for example, like in C, you used integer, you used float, you used character. These are the primitive data structures we have in the programming domain, right? There could be different type of data structures in different domain, but in our programming domain, primitive data structures are the structures those are provided by the framework itself, right? That means if you are using C compiler, that means compiler has already defined data structures for storing integer type of values, for storing character type of values, for storing float type of values, right? So these all are comes under primitive data structures, which are provided by your native programming language or programming compiler, right? Non-primitive data structures are the structures which are nowadays they are provided by compiler only, but in initial phase those are developed by some coder or developed by some developer for their use cases, for different use cases. For example, someone designed array for sequential allocation of multiple values, right? So these all are non primitive data structure. They initially they are not provided by your complete form, but user only developed those structures for their different use cases. Those comes under non primitive data structures. Now check it by this diagram. The data structures could be primitive and non primitive. First, primitive data structures are integer, float, character, pointer. These all are the basic data structures provided by any programming language you are using, right? For example, C, if you are using C, definitely pointer will be there. If you are using not Java, there will be no pointer in it, right? So it depends on the programming environment you are using. So primitive data structures are the structures which are by default provided to you by default by your programming language or programming environment. Like if you are using, you are coding, definitely you need to store some data, and data could be in integer form, data could be in float form, data could be in character form. To handle these different types of data types, we have programming platform developer already provided you some basic primitive data structure, which is referred as, for integer type of value you are going to use integer, for float type of values you are going to use float type of data structure, for storing character type of input you are going to use character data structure, and for storing pointers or addresses of pointers, you can say you need to use some special type of data structure provided by platform. It is called pointers. So this is all, it comes under primitive data structures, and we are not bothering about primitive data structures in this subject. We are going to understand only known primitive data structures, right? Because these data structures you already know, as you already studied basic programming, computer C programming. So that's why we are not going to bother it. We are going to understand non-primitive data structures. So let's see what comes under non-primitive data structures. Now this is the classification of data structure, specifically non-primitive data structure. These are non-primitive data structures, which is broadly categorized into two categories. First one, you can see here, first one is linear list, and second one is non-linear list. What it means by linear list or non-linear list or linear data, you can write it here, that linear data structure or non-linear data structure. What it means by linear data structure? Linear data structures are the structures which stores incoming data in the sequential manner, one after another, right? So these the data structures which stores data in linear fashion or linearly are called as linear data structures, right guys? And in non-linear data structures, the information will be stored or the data will be stored in non-linear fashion. We can say we are not sure that first element will be stored in x location and second element will be stored in x2 location. It will not confirm. Maybe there is the case that it will store it one after another if possible, but in general, in non-linear data structures, we are going to store data in non-linear fashion. There will be no sequence during allocation of memory in that case, right guys? So in the linear data structure we have four categories: array, linked list, stack, queue. These all comes under linear data structure, and in non-linear data structure we have graphs and trees. So in the linear one, array and stack and linear list and queue, you are going to store your data one after another, right? By logical relationship will be sequential, right? Understand my point? And in non-linear data structure like graph and trees, there will be no there will be uncertainty that your data will store in sequential manner only. It could be stored in sequential or it could be stored in non-sequential manner, depends upon the space available for you in the memory part, right guys? So I think this is clear to you, right guys? This is the basic what we understood till till this point, that what is data structure, why are we are studying this subject, what is algorithm, what is what are different type of data structures we have. Broad categories are primitive and non-primitive, and in the primitive category there are some certain primitive data structures like integer, float, character, points. And in the non-primitive data structure we have two further categories: linear data structures, non-linear data structure. In the linear data structures we are going to store every data points in linear fashion, but in the non-linear data structure we are going to store every data points in linear fashion, right? So in linear data structure we have stack. We are going to study array, linear list, stack, and queue. And in the non-linear data structure cases, we are going to study graphs and trees. So I think this the topic covered today is understood by you very clearly, and you understood it now. That's all for today, guys. Thanks.